Good evening everyone and welcome back once again to the glorious Central Park sunshine, where tonight Georgie Wood and his Isle of Wight Warriors are in town to contest the final National Trophy Clash of 2019, and it's going to be an exciting one as well, because both the Kent Kings and Isle of Wight could walk off with the trophy tonight depending on what happens after Heat 15. The Kings narrowly lost just by 6 points on the island last week and gained a point in the process, and basically Kent just need to avoid defeat tonight and the trophy will be theirs. However, the Warriors need to win by get a full winning score, I should say, to take off the trophy that Mildenhall have dominated in recent years. The Warriors arrive here with a powerful top two. Eastbourne's Georgie Wood doubles down with the island, of course, at number one, and former Kent King Ben Morley, who of course is the current National League Riders Champion as well. He rides for Isle of Wight, as does Dan O'Verge, another former Kent King, and he's been scoring well lately. And if Chris Widman and one or two of the others can give the top end of the team some support, they could push the Kings all the way. As for the home side, still their injury woes. We'll clear the pits, Dick, any minute. No Alex Spooner, RR for him still. We've already seen Dan Gilks, bless him, hobbling around on pits, in the pits on crutches. So Jacob Clouting covers for him still, but there's no Jordan Jenkins. Once again, he's sitting college exams, but hoping to pass the Kent test tonight will be Richard Andrews of Plymouth, of course, a superb Central Park specialist. He'll be looking to score well tonight for his adopted club for the evening. Should be an exciting, thrilling finale to the National Trophy. Before it gets underway, we'll have our customary wander around the sun-drenched pits and have a few words with a couple of the guys who are lining up in tonight's National Trophy encounter. Thanks, Taylor. Well, joining us before tonight's National Trophy Clash is Isle of Wight's number one, Georgie Wood. Always good to see here at Central Park, Georgie. A track you know well, of course, from your Eastbourne days, and a track you've often scored well at.
Yeah, no, when I started my Speedway campaign, it wasn't one of my favourite ones, although it's being local. Everyone comes to watch you, and it's added pressure as well. But no, we've got it sussed now, and the rest of the boys have. We need to dig deep tonight. We've got to win by 7 at least, which is, I would say, only means a tall order. Kent being good at home, we're good at home. But yeah, it's going to be a tough match, but just, I hope luck's on our side.
Indeed, and it's exciting, I suppose, that it's gone down to the last match, isn't it? I mean, both teams can win the trophy tonight, and there's no reason, as strong as Kent are at home, there's no reason why the Islanders don't put it together tonight. You can't walk off with the trophy.
No doubt, yeah. It's just, I hope it don't get to the point where it's a Heat 15 decider and I have to sit on my bike, because I want it sort of over and done by them. But yeah, I know Kent are going to run us hard, and we're going to run them harder. But yeah, it is what it is. It's Speedway, anything could happen. So yeah, it's just good for the crowd and the fans, and yeah, like you say, last minute, it's one of these things, isn't it? It's a little decider on the night, and as if it's written in the stars, and it's gonna be someone. So yeah, it's good entertainment.
To be fair though, George, if it does go down to Heat 15, I mean, it's as good a pair as any in this level, yourself and Ben Morley, for Heats 13 and 15. I guess the Warriors management will be quietly confident if it does go to the last straight. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I think they will, and we've done it many a times before. Done it at Plymouth the other week, and obviously at home as well. We're getting things sorted down, a pair of us. So yeah, hopefully, being the good two that we are, well, hopefully it's not left down to us two. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
And overall though, George, of course you're back with the Eastbourne again as well this year, albeit up in the Championship. How have things been going there for you overall?
Yeah, it's been a bit ropey at the beginning of the year, sort of different bikes set up, etc., and engines, and yeah, various help from people, and put me on the right path, as to say. Struggled a little bit. But yeah, we've got things back down to a bare minimum now, started again, and it started to work for me, so we're just going to build on that. Really enjoying riding my bike at the moment. Beginning of the season I was all over the place, sort of wasn't settled, and that doesn't help either, but yeah, we're getting there now and gotten some good scores coming in, so yeah, it's proofs in the pudding, got to keep cracking on.
And of course you had to make a team change, yet another ex-Lakeside rider, Carl Newman's having to come in for the unfortunate Tom Brennan. I mean, what any update on Tom's condition?
I haven't heard anything at the moment. Yeah, last I heard was obviously what everyone else knows, but yeah, I haven't heard anything as of such yet, but yeah, I know he's well and he's back home now, so that's a big improvement by any means, be around your family again. But no, I just wish him all the best.
Indeed, it's all we can do. Well listen, it's good to see you here, Georgie. Thanks for your time as always, and best of luck this evening.
Alright, thank you.
Well, it's about time we caught up with Anders Rowe, first one of the season. Firstly, Anders, those Kent Kings Kevlars do look good. I like the all-in-one.
Yeah, they're good.
So yeah.
I got a bit bored of wearing race bibs, so I thought I'd get one with this on.
No, he looks very professional, mate. You're well pleased with that?
Yeah, it's good. A lot better than race bib. It's too baggy, so I thought I'd go with this. So that's good.
Good on you. Talking of pleased with things, how have you, sort of a couple of months into the season now, how's it been for you with the Kings?
Yeah, good. Obviously our teams are really young, so we're just trying to bond as a team and have a laugh along the way and trying to score and win some meetings. So yeah, it's been good.
Well, yeah, indeed. I mean, 6 teenagers and Robert Ledwith. I mean, how is it having Robert around the pits?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have someone older to keep us all tamed down a bit. But yeah, it's really good to have a good team atmosphere. Yeah, it's good.
And of course, you're riding in the championship as well with the Somerset Rebels. I mean, that's a fantastic experience with some of the guys in that team. I mean, how's that been riding for them? Yeah,
it's been awesome. Obviously, the older generation, or older-ish, which is really good to bring me on as a rider. And yeah, it's been really good to get pointers off them. So yeah, it's good.
They've been quite helpful in and around the pits, have they? If you need like little tips or anything like that.
Yeah, they've been helping me a lot with my setup to get me go a bit faster and off the start. But yeah, it's been awesome.
All right, and as well, quick word about tonight then. I mean, obviously Kent just need to avoid defeat really to take home the trophy. But I mean, I guess you're not going to underestimate anyone, especially with Wood and Morley at the top end of the team. They know their way around here. I mean, but you think Kent should have enough to get through tonight, especially with a good guest in Richard Andrews?
Yeah, definitely. Never underestimate anyone. Anyone's good on their day. All the boys can come together and we can get the win and hopefully win the trophy as well. We got a good guest, Richard. He loves the place, so yeah, it's good.
Brilliant. Well, listen, good to catch up with you, Anders, in the sunshine. Thanks for your time and good luck this evening.
Thank you.
Well, 2 riders there, not averse to winning a trophy or 2 back in the day. 2 former Speedway legends, former Paul and England star Marvin Cox, and of course 1980 World Speedway champion Michael Lee. What a pairing they would be tonight for anyone. Maybe their magic can rub off on the Kent Kings as they seek to win their first team trophy since their appearance in the sport 6 years ago. So it's great to hear from visiting number 1 Georgie Wood and flying young Kent King Anders Rowe. And now we'll hand up to commentator Steve Gerwood to take you through tonight's meeting.
Well, thanks for that, Glenn, and well, good to see young Eddie Huggett, or well, Taylor to give him his proper name, but we all think he looks like Ed Sheeran, or how Ed could have looked when he was a year or so old. But so the riders are coming round, and a very smart car indeed is coming out in front, leading the riders round for this pre-meeting parade. And what an important meeting it is. Of course, the winners of the National Trophy will be decided here tonight. Kent, well, they can afford to lose by 6 points or less to be crowned the winners. And Isle of Wight, well, they need to win by 7 points or more for them to take the title, as the 2 teams just disembarking from the parade vehicle. And I think Ben Clifton is going to introduce the 2 teams to the fans. A very good sized attendance here this evening, as you would expect. Glorious weather and a big meeting, one of the biggest ones ever here at Central Park. Let's go down and join Ben.
Just a quick mention that tonight's Rider of the Night is sponsored by Embassy Management, so welcome to them and all their guests. Right, let's start with the Wight League Warriors. Riding at number 7, a man that scored his first ever National League win here at Central Park last season. It's Connor King. Riding at number 6, a man starting to make big waves within the sport, Chad Wurzfeld. At number 5, the skipper, a man that needs no introduction. It's the Kent's all-time top scorer, Ben Morley. Riding at number 4, a little man with the big scores, it's Dano Verge. Riding at number 3, there's a man from down under, it's Ryan Terry Denny. At number 2, we've got a butcher who's looking to have a good meeting, Chris Woodman. And riding at number 1, scoring points up and down the country, Georgie Wood. Moving along now to your Touch Tech Kings. Rising at number 7, Nitro, Nathan Abbott. Rising at number 6, Jacob Coughton. Riding at number 5, it's the skipper, Rob Ledwith. At number 4, a popular guest today, Richard Andrews. Riding at number 3, it's Rocket Row, Anders Rowe! Running rider replacement at number 2 for Alex. At number 1, it's the main man, Drew Kemp! I'll quickly call the captains over just to toss for the gate positions. Ben, do you want to call? Yeah. Towels. His heads. Kent will take 1 and 3 in heat 1, meaning the Isle of Wight have choice in heat 15.
So that's the introductions done, and 2 teams, so both hell-bent on taking the trophy here tonight, which is out on the infield. And Nathan Ablett there, he's just having some pictures taken, and just to the left of him you can see there is the trophy. That's what it's been all about over the last few weeks. That is the national trophy that is available to either Kent or the Isle of Wight. As Kirsty, well, she's just doing her Munchkins announcements. As well, we'll leave those to her, and then we'll be ready with heat number 1.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm slowly getting there. I'm doing what I can. See my physio every week, so now it's all getting there. So hopefully I'll be back on track soon.
Obviously you're sort of an ultra fit man. I've seen all the boys before now in McDonald's, and you're outside doing your skipping, so obviously having a hip injury has been a bit of a problem. What have you been able to do to keep yourself fit? Upper body stuff?
Yeah, that's it. I've just got to try and do everything I can. I can't do any lower body. I've been put on bed rest. That's what I've been advised to do. So just trying to keep my upper body, like my core and my arms strong. So now just trying to do everything I can to be back on. I just want to say thank you to all the fans that donated last week. So big thank you. It's all helping towards my recovery.
Yeah, I know you're obviously haven't been here a short while, but you're already well and truly part of the family and whatnot. You've been in the pits tonight. How are the boys feeling before tonight's big match?
Yeah, they all feel really calm, pumped up to ready to go. So hopefully it'll be a good night's racing, and hopefully you can bring back the trophy.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it? First bit of trophy this early in the summer, first of many, I hope.
Hopefully.
Okay, no jokes, everybody.
Just film it. Well, that's great. That, of course, is Dan Gilks. Good to see him here this evening, and first time we've seen him since his big crash. But so he's going to cheer the boys on tonight, no doubt, as the 2-minute time allowance goes for heat number 1. We'll be up and ready and racing in a very few moments. So we're ready to go then in what is, well, arguably the most important team meeting here at Central Park. This is, of course, the 7th season that we've had racing here. Where do those years go? Absolutely incredible. But to say there's chance of 7-man team success here tonight if Kent can avoid losing by more than 6 points. The lineup for heat number 1. Of course, they will be wanting to go out with a victory in front of their home fans here tonight. Richard Andrews, he comes out off gate number 1, ride replacement for him. Of course, no Alex Spooner tonight. Chris, although he is here at the circuit. Chris Widman is off gate number 2. Drew Kemp, gate number 3. Georgie Wood, gate 4. Heat number 1, it is up and running, and into that first bend. Good start there by Kemp off gate number 3. He leads the way from Richard Andrews in second place. We know how exciting Richard is around this circuit, as Drew Kemp it is who leads the way. Andrews in second, Georgie Wood in third. Chris Widman tailed off quite badly at the back in the opening race. It is a 5-1-4 Kent, the perfect start for the Touch Tech Kings then, as Drew Kemp leads the way from Andrews in second place. Georgie Wood, well, he is not losing ground on Andrews. There's only 2 or 3 bike lengths between the pair of them, as you can see. Drew, well, he looks as if he's on his way to victory. 1 lap to go, and it is Kemp who's held in front. Andrews hold on to that second place. Oh, here comes Georgie Wood. He is gaining ground on Richard. The checkered flag is out. Drew is going to open up with a victory, and can Andrews get second place? Yes, he can on the line. Third spot goes to Richard, to Georgie Wood, with Chris Woodman failing to finish the race, retiring at the back. But loud cheer going around the Central Park circuit. That was a magnificent start for the Touch Tech Kings, and here they come. As you can see the crowd as we pan back, and just look at the crowd levels here this evening rather, as Drew and Richard score a magnificent 5-1 over Georgie Wood and Chris Widman. The perfect start for the home side, and Drew and Richard making their way back to the pits. A brilliant start. So the riders out on track for heat number 2. This of course the reserves race. We've got Chad Wurtsfield comes out of gate number 1, just making his way in the sport, as is Jacob Cloughton, who comes out of gate number 2. It was good to catch up in fact with Jacob's dad Sal, who we used to film back in the day at Foxhall especially, and also Eastbourne when he had quite a few meetings for the Eagles. Off at gate number 3 it is Connor King, who scored page 6 in the Isle of Wight's 48-42 victory over Kent last Thursday, which has led to this match here tonight where it's everything's up for grabs. Nathan Ablett's off gate number 4. Heat number 2 gets underway. Good start there by Connor King. He leads the way. That was an excellent start by Connor. In second place it is Nathan Ablett. Third spot it is Chad Wurtsfield with Jacob Cloughton at the back. Although Cloughton, well, there's 2 races going on in heat number 2, as Connor King it is who leads the way, although he's locked up slightly there, and Nathan Ablett is coming through on the inside, and Connor, well, can he stay on his machine? Yes he can, just about. It is Ablett that leads the way, King in second place, Wurtsfield inside, Jacob Cloughton, well, he's at the back but he's not that far behind as Wurtsfield has problems, and Jacob has come through in the third place, and now Nathan Ablett has had problems. He's almost gone into the air fence. Well, hear him, scare him, heat number 2, as sometimes happens in these reserves races. But well, the net result is that Ablett leads the way from King in second place. Jacob Cloughton is back in third. It is a 4-2 for the home side, as Ablett wins it. Second place goes to the rider in yellow, Connor King, who led for a couple of laps. Third place goes to Jacob Cloughton. Chad Wurtsfield was in a scoring position, but he hit problems. It's another heat advantage for Kent, then a 4-2 this time, as Nathan comes round to receive the applause. Excellent victory for him. The crowd absolutely delighted, and so they would be. 9 points to 3 after the first 2 heats. Exciting action in heat number 2, the reserves race. Heat number 3, the riders out on track. An encouraging start by Kent. At the lineup we have got Richard Andrews. He comes out off gate number 1. It was an encouraging ride by him, wasn't it? In heat number 1 we've got that paid win behind Drew, guesting tonight for the Touch Tech Kings. Gate number 2, that sees Ryan Terry Daly, cousin of former Chelsea and England star John Terry. He's off at gate number 2. Gate number 3, Anders Rose scored a magnificent 17 points yesterday, guesting for Leicester. That was a great performance by Anders. He really is a man in demand at the moment. And off gate number 4 it is Dano Verge, who had 3 wins and a retirement in his 9-point haul on the island on Thursday in that 6-point win over Kent. Heat number 3, the Kings have got a 6-point lead at the moment after 2 races, as the heat gets underway into that first bend, and well, it is the 2 Kings riders in first and second. Rowe leads the way from Andrews in second, Terry Daly and Dano Verge in third and fourth, as they come out a complete lap number 1. This is a super start by the home side then, as Anders leads the way from Richard Andrews in second place, settling in second. The 2 Isle of Wight Warriors, well, they're not really able to get any sort of flow in here. They are quite a distance behind is Ryan and Dano, of course, former Kent rider for 2 or 3 seasons, as Anders Rowe it is who leads the way. They're on the final lap, and it looks like it's going to be another maximum heat advantage, and it's going to involve the guest for Kent, that is Richard Andrews, as Anders, well, he comes around to start off his night with a victory. He takes the win. Second place goes to Richard Andrews. Third spot to the rider in white, that is Ryan Terry Daly. Nothing for Dano Verge. So a second 5-1 and the third heat advantage for Kent. They really are steamrolling the Isle of Wight Warriors early on in this national trophy decider as Anders comes round to receive the applause. Super win for him. The crowd absolutely delighted for him and Richard. A 5-1 in heat number 3, 14 points to 4 the lead after just 3 heats. Riders out on track then for race number 4, and this one where it brings out Nathan Ablett off gate number 1. Got a good win in heat number 2. Gate number 2, that sees Connor King. Of course, he was leading Nathan until he made a mistake and was passed by the Kent number 7. Gate number 3, it is Rob Ledwith, the Kent captain, and off gate number 4, which is opposite number Ben Morley, of course, skipper of the Warriors. Ben, the all-time Kent point scorer, racing in opposition here this evening. Of course, he has guested a couple of times for Kent already this year, as he has done every season when he's not actually ridden for them, which has not been that many. And he featured in 2 away wins for the Touch Tech Kings at Stoke and at Mildenhall. As just a bit of a problem there, I think, with the tapes, but so the riders, they're going back to the pits area. I think it's the magnet, in fact, that we've got problems with. Hopefully they'll get that sorted out, and we'll be back with the action very quickly indeed. Well, we've got an alternative method, as we may just have heard from Derek Barclay. We've got a piece of elastic which we've seen several times in our long career filming Speedway, 32 years and counting, and the referees out there, or assistant referee, or trainee referee, I think it is. There you go. That's how you do it. you knock the bollard over as well. So you make sure you don't stand that side, and so that with the malfunction, that's how we're going to be starting the races from now on. Just stay away from the inside there. So heat number 4 will be up and running in a moment or two. Remember, of course, we have got the trainee referee Simon Humphrey Kennett onto the left, who is going to be in charge, officiating with gloves on, as Derek said there. So Ronnie Allen is the main referee here tonight, but we are ready to go. So Kevin Shepherd is down there as well from the Isle of Wight, the team manager, and also Chris Hunt also there. So it's just going to be, obviously they have been told as to what is going to happen. Crucial, of course, the start's 2 races. So we've seen it a few times, and we're going to see it. We've never seen it here at Central Park, but we're going to see it a few times now. Heat number 4 up next. So we are ready to go then with this new way of starting the race. We've just been tracking back to Alex Spooner just to our left, and he's talking to Marvin Cox, the former Paul Bradford and England star, and Marvin's here most weeks, and Alex was saying that he's had this happen to him once before at Mildenhall, and said it's certainly a disadvantage when the tapes are let go on the outside, as they are going to be done here tonight, and the rider on the inside. So let's see if that does happen. Well, it's not a bad start. In fact, as the riders get underway, it is Rob Ledwith who's made the best start. He leads the way from, Nathan Ablett was in second place. He's been passed here by Ben Morley. He's a 4-2 for the home side though, as Ledwith leads the way. Rob will he top scored for Kent on the island with page 12. He really has hit the ground running over the last few weeks. His first meeting for Kent was maybe a little bit average, but since then he's done extremely well, and he'll hopefully be lifting the trophy here later on tonight. The first one where Kent will win as a 7-man team. He's stretching that lead out in front, isn't he? Second place it is Ben Morley. Third spot Nathan Ablett, with Connor King in last place. It's a 4-2 for the home side then, as Rob, well, he's got a huge lead over the all-time Kent point scoring record holder Ben Morley in second, and Rob wins it. Second place does go to Ben Morley. Nathan Ablett, well, he wasn't that far behind in third. Connor King at the back. It's another 4-2 for Kent, their second of the meeting. and hopefully that's the last of the delays we're going to have here. The last thing we want to do is have any sort of issue with the time curfew, of course, as Rob comes round to celebrate with the fans. An excellent win for him in heat number 4, riding a superb captain's role there in heat number 4, 18 points to 6 after just 4 heats. So the riders at the elastic band for heat number 5 then. The line-up for this one, we have got Chris Widman coming out off gate number 1. Didn't score in his first ride and was quite off the pace, in fact. Gate number 2, that sees Anders Rowe. He definitely was not off the pace, was he? He got an excellent victory in heat number 3. Gate number 3, it sees Georgie Wood, who only got a point in his first ride. He was quite close to Richard Andrews, but he only got 1 point in that race. He'll be hoping to get a win in this one. Gate number 4, it does see Richard Andrews, who's been quite superb so far, paid 6 from his 2 rides. One of the thrill merchants here at Central Park, the Plymouth Gladiator, racing as a guest here tonight. Heat number 5 gets underway into that first bend, and it's a great start there by Anders Rowe. He leads the way from Andrews in second place. Georgie Wood has had engine failure. Chris Widman back in third, so it's all going wrong. Oh, and it's all going wrong there for the rider in blue. That is Richard Andrews. He has come down, and also Chris Widman has fallen. He was taking evasive action. Georgie Wood out of shot. Well, his bike has ground to a halt, so he will be excluded alongside Richard Andrews. Indeed, the blue and the white exclusion lights are on because Richard was the cause of the stoppage, so obviously that's why he's been excluded. That's a shame for Richard. He was in second place, but Georgie Wood, well, he was not under power when the heat was stopped, so 2 rides excluded. It will be a match race between Anders Rowe and Chris Widman. Let's hope that Chris is able to get back to his feet and come out for that rerun.
Who was already at that point.
Well, that's good to see. Chris is back to his feet, and hopefully he will be able to come out for the rerun of heat number 5 for his match race against Anders. Well, we've got a match race, but it's not going to involve Chris Widman, in fact, because he's been excluded under 2 minutes, so obviously probably a bit more serious than we thought or hoped for with his crash that he had. So Connor King comes out to replace Chris against Anders Rowe. It ought to be quite comfortable this for Anders, and indeed he has made a good start. He leads the way then from Connor in second place, the only 2 riders in this rerun of heat number 5. We are having 1 or 2 difficulties here this evening. Of course, we're up with the tapes malfunction, but well, in the meantime, in fact, we forgot to tell you that they are back operating now, so we've got the back to normal starting gate mechanism, and hopefully that's the end of the problems this evening. No problems for Anders out in front. He leads the way from Connor King in second place. They're going to be the only 2 finishers in this one, and it would see Kent move further ahead. They put them at 13 points in front. And they're well on their way to the National Trophy title as Anders wins heat number 5. Second place goes to Connor King. The only 2 finishers in that one. A 3-2 Kent then. As Rowe, is he going to come round on a lap of honour? No, straight back to the pits. Obviously, perhaps the rider's been told they've got to get a bit of a lick on. Heat number 6 up next. So the riders at tapes then for this one. Drew Kemp comes out off gate number 1. Ben Morley just coming up to the start line. He's off gate number 2. Nathan Ablett takes a rider replacement out in off gate number 3. And Chad Wurtsfeld, he comes out off gate number 4. Drew, well, he got a win in his first ride. Morley, will he finish second behind Ledders in heat number 4. Nathan Ablett, well, he's had a win and a third place so far. Chad Wurtsfeld, he didn't score in his first outing. Graham Arnold trying to get the riders up to the start line. Kent haven't got off to a very good start, leading by 21 points to 8. Heat number 6 is underway, and out of the start with it is Kent from the inside, who's made a good start. Morley, well, he got a bit left there, and he's gone out a bit wide, and it's allowed Ablett round into second place. This is a super ride by the 15-year-old Nathan Ablett. He's in second position, in front of Ben Morley. Out in front it is Drew Kemp, who leads the way from Nathan Ablett. This would be one of his biggest scalps in his fledgling career if Nathan can hold off Morley at the moment. As we've said a couple of times, the all-time Kent's top scoring points or top point scorer as they go down the back straight. Kent looks as if he's going to make it 2 wins out of 2. Nathan Ablett, well, he looks as if he's going to defeat the legend that is Ben Morley around Central Park. Wurtzfeld is at the back. 5-1 beckons for Kent. This will be their third of the meeting, and it will put them 26 points to 9 up after just 6 races. A 17-point lead as Kent takes a victory, and what a second place for Nathan Ablett. Well, that's probably the best result he's ever had in his fledgling career, beating Ben Morley around Central Park. Morley third at Wurtzfeld. Another last place for him, but well, what a fantastic ride that was by Nathan, and also not forgetting Drew, of course, who's made it 2 wins out of 2. The crowd absolutely delighted. A good sized crowd has turned up, as you would expect, for this fixture tonight, as Kent hope to become the National Trophy winners. What a win there for Drew. What a second place for Nathan. So on to heat number 7 then, and the lineup for this one, we have got Ryan Terry Daly. He comes out off gate number 1. Gate number 2, it is Rob Ledwith. Gate number 3, Dano Verge, and from the outside it is Jacob Cloughton, who has scored a point so far from his first ride. Rob, where we saw him get that excellent victory in heat number 4 over Ben Morley. Morley just beaten by Nathan Ablett. Heat number 7, Kent in total control. The race is underway, and it's another good start by Ledwith. He pulses Dano Verge out wide as Ledwith leads the way down the back straight from Ryan Terry Daly, and Dano Verge in second and third with Jacob Cloughton. He's in fourth position, but it's a Kent captain once again who leads the way as Dano are now coming around the outside of Terry Daly into second spot. The trio, the best it looks like the Isle of Wight can get in this one, as Rob Ledwith leads the way down the back straight. Another excellent race by Ledders as he comes round to start the final lap then. Virgin second, Terry Daly in third. It really has been all about Kent right from the very outset, from heat number 1 with that 5-1 from Drew Kemp and Richard Andrews, and Kent are surely on their way to the National Trophy crown as Rob Ledwith wins heat 7. Second place, that goes to Dano Verge. Third spot to Ryan Terry Daly. Nothing there for Jacob Cloughton. A shared heat. Well, that in fact is our first of the evening, and it does mean that Kent remain 17 points in front, 29 to 12, as the crowd celebrate with Rob. 2 rides and 2 wins.
So the official result then of heat number 7 was a win.
So we move on to heat number 8, and well, a couple of 2 or 3 minutes extra was given because Rob Ledwith, when he takes a ride replacement out in this one, he comes out off gate number 4. He's looked quite brilliant so far, hasn't he? With his 2 race wins, and he's won them very easily indeed. Off at gate number 1 it is Connor King. Gate number 2, that sees Nathan Ablett. Gate number 3 it is Chris Widman, and from the outside it is Ledders. So Kent in total control at the moment. 29 points to 12 is the advantage, and they really do look as if they're on their way to their first ever silverware as a 7-man team. Of course, they have won the National League pairs as well before with Ben Morley and Danny Ayres of Kingsland in 2015. As heat number 8 gets underway, it's a good start by Ledders once again. He leads the way down the back straight from Nathan Ablett, who's having a terrific meeting. Paid 7 so far from Nathan. He's in second place. In third spot it is Connor King. Widman struggling in this one. Of course, Chris, well, he had that fall in his last ride and didn't come out for the rerun. So certainly he's far from fully fit, you can assume. Ledworth, well, he certainly is looking very fit indeed. He leads away, the 47-year young Kent captain. He's out in front. Nathan Ablett in second place. Connor King in third. It's another 5-1 for the home side. And well, we'll have to get our abacuses out soon and work out exactly when Kent are going to be crowned the National Trophy winners for 2019, because they must be getting fairly close. As Rob Ledworth, he makes it 3 rides and 3 victories. Second place goes to Nathan Ablett. What a terrific meeting he's having. Connor King in third. That's the fourth 5-1 of the night for the home side. The third win of the night for the Kent captain. Really is leading by example here tonight. Of course, both Drew and Anders were they both unbeaten after their first 2 rides, but Robert, well, he's made it unbeaten after his first 3. Super stuff from him, and also from Nathan, who's well, that's paid 9 from his, or paid 10 from his 4 rides. Terrific stuff from him as well. Another 5-1. So the riders out for heat number 9 then. This one sponsored by Nick Skinner Photography and Embankment Studio, and he also happens to work for us as well. So Nick sponsoring this one. Heat number 9, we have got Ben Morley off gate number 1. Richard Andrews is off 2. Georgie Wood comes in as a tactical substitute off gate number 3, and Anders Rose off gate number 4. Anders unbeaten so far. Kent, well, they lead by 21 points on the night, and they, well, I think they 27 is their average, or, well, we'll leave that at the moment because Richard Andrews had engine failure, and it is Georgie Wood who leads away from Ben Morley in second. Anders is back in third, so is there any hopes he had of a maximum? Looked like they could be disappearing in this one, and any hopes of Kent had of wrapping up the National Trophy in Heat 9, but also look as if they're disappearing because the Isle of Wight Wight Link Warriors are heading towards a 5-1 as Georgie Wood, well, he's putting those mechanical issues behind him in this one. He leads the way from Morley in second place, Rowe in third. This will be the first heat advantage for the Isle of Wight. As Anders, well, he's only 2 or 3 bike lengths behind Ben as they go down the back straight for the final time. Georgie Wood is going to become the first Isle of Wight race winner of the evening. Second place, it's going to go to Ben Morley. Anders gets a point in third, dropping his first points of the meeting, but no loss of face for him, coming up third best there to Woods and Morley as he gets point. Richard Andrews, well, it's a shame that he didn't get off the start line, so that's better for the Warriors. A few of their fans have made the journey across from the island, and it does mean that Kent, well, they still lead by 17 points now, 35 to 18. 9 races run. Georgie, his first win. So the riders out for heat number 10 then, and this one which sees Nathan Ablett coming in as a rider replacement for the injured Alex, who had a few words with him earlier tonight, and he says that he's seen a big improvement in his injury, so hopefully it won't be too long before we see him back out in track action. The line up then, we've got Dano Verge off gate number 1, Nathan is off gate number 2, Ryan Terry Daly's off gate number 3, and Drew Kemp comes out off gate number 4. Well, according to our mathematics, Kent are leading by 17 points on the night, and they can afford to lose by 6 points overall and still be crowned the winners, so they've got a 23-point buffer, if you like, and a 3-all in this one may do it for them as heat number 10 gets underway. Kemp has made a good start off gate number 4, and he leads the way. From there as Ablett, well, he has come crashing down. Well, fortunately, or hopefully it's fortunately, he laid his bike down, and that is great that he's got back to his feet. He got off the back of his bike. He could see what was happening. He's done it a few times, once or twice here at Kent on that second bend, and well, he's straight back to his feet, and that is great to see. The air fence where it took the main brunt of the crash there, That's unfortunate for Nathan, but great to see that he's back and not uninjured after that spill, but he will be excluded as being the cause of the stoppage. The air fence will be fixed, and then we'll be on to the rerun of heat number 10. So it was a pretty quick repair to the air, thank goodness, and so it was good to see that Nathan walked back under his own steam. So the rerun of heat number 10, and so if we worked our maths out correct, with Kent being, as we said before, they're 17 points up on the night. They've got a buffer of 6 points, which they can lose by, so they can lose by, or they can have 23 points is the difference at the moment. They get a 3-all, we think that will do it. But we'll see what happens in this one, because out of the start, Drew Kemp, well, he's made a pretty good gate. He's come around the outside of Terry Daly and he leads the way. Dan O'Verge is in third. So a 3-all, the best Kent can hope for, and they are getting it in heat number 10. And this would they keep them 17 points up on the night, and say with that 6 points that they can lose by as well and still win the national trophy. That will give them a difference of 23 points, and even if Isle of Wight were to get 5-5-1s, that would only give them 20 points. So we think this is a race that you can't do it mathematically until, of course, it is absolutely certain, because Kent might have failed to get a finisher in a race or two, so it might have to wait till the race after this one. But what we do know is that Drew Kemp is leading heat number 10, and as Kent close in on their first team trophy, Drew makes it 3 out of 3. Second place goes to Ryan Terry Daly, third spot to Dan O'Verge. It's a 3-all, our second of the meeting. The third straight victory for the Kent Touch Tech Kings number 1. Drew Kemp, they move into a 38 to 21 point lead with 5 races remaining, and Drew celebrates in style on one wheel, a hat-trick of victories. So we've just had a 10-minute interval break where the track has been regraded, so the rider's out for heat number 11. Rob Ledwith, wouldn't it be fantastic if he can lead Kent to the trophy in this race? He's been unbeaten so far. He comes out of gate number 1. Georgie Wood, he looked very good in his last ride. He's off gate number 2. Jacob Cloughton is off gate number 3, and Chris Widman, he comes out off of gate number 4. So heat number 11, 38-21 the lead, 17 points up on the night, and say with that 6 point buffer they've got there, so they've got 23 points to play with. 5 races remain. Heat number 11, and the heat starts, and it's Ledwith once again who's made a brilliant start, although Georgie Wood has come across to lead the way. Wood is looking quick in this one. He leads it from Ledwith in second place. Jacob Cloughton has got through in the third ahead of Chris Widman. It is a shared heat, but these 3 points could do it for Kent, as Ledders are just losing control slightly there going into that first turn. It is Georgie Wood though who's got a huge lead out in front. We can leave him alone, he's away and gone. It is Rob Ledwith and Jacob Cloughton who could be collecting the 3 points. Although saying that, Jacob Cloughton, well, now he has come down, and oh my dear, oh dear, that was a bit of a spill for Jacob. Thankfully he's perfectly okay. He certainly scrubbed off a lot of the speed as he was falling, but well, he tried to get off the track, but I'm afraid he could not do so. The race, it has been stopped, and I think that may well be awarded, of course, in light of the time curfew that we've got here at Central Park, and we're just waiting for the decision of the referee, Ronnie Allen, in charge, and we're just being given the announcement by Derek Barkley. Jacob, well, he was in third place, but and indeed the race will be awarded. The win goes to Georgie Wood, second place goes to Rob Ledwith, third spot to Chris Widman. Yeah, unfortunately an exclusion for Jacob, so it is a 4-2 for the visitors. They do close the gap slightly, now just 15 points between the two teams on the night, 40 points to 25, as Kent, well, still waiting to get their hands on that trophy. So on to heat number 12 then, and this one, where it sees Anders Rowe coming out of gate number 1. Chad Worksfeld is off gate number 2. Nathan Ablett, good to see him able to come out for his 6th outing after that spill in his last ride, heat number 10. And from that gate number 4 is Ryan Terry Daly, who's scored paid 5 so far from his 3 outings. So, do the maths again. 15 points in front on the night, 21 points the difference. So surely this will be the race that Kent become the National Trophy winners for 2019. As the race gets underway, Rowe has made a good start from the inside. He leads the way. Terry Daly is in second. Nathan Ablett is holding on to third ahead of Chad Worksfeld. Worksfeld coming through on the inside. It's all getting very tight indeed. Worksfeld has fallen. The race is continuing as Chad has remounted. Out in front it is Anders Rowe then who leads the way. 2 wins in a third place so far. The riders, they're very spread out in this one at the end of lap number 2. It is Anders that leads the way. A 4-2 here for Kent will surely do it for them. It will put them 17 points in front on the night, 23 points up on Aswood, and it will be enough. Because there's nothing the Isle of Wight can do even with 3 5-0s. This will be the race where Kent win the National Trophy as Anders goes down the back straight for the final time. This is going to be his 3rd win of the meeting as they come round to take the checker flag. Anders wins it, so do Kent. They win the National Trophy. 2nd place goes to Terry Daly, 3rd spot to Nathan Ablett. And well, I'm sure it's starting to sink in then that Kent cannot be mathematically overtaken. They now lead by 44 points to 27 on the night. So a 17-point lead on the night and 23 points up the difference. And there's only 3 races to go. So that will... And whether it's just been announced from Derek that Kent are the winners of the 2019 National Trophy. Many congratulations to them. Commiserations to the Isle of Wight. But Kent were just too strong here tonight. Anders on his way back to the pits. And 3 more races. And then, of course, it will be the presentation of the trophy. So the riders swift out on track for heat number 13. And where we ought to beat the time curfew here this evening. It's only just gone 8 o'clock. We understand, I think there's 3 or 4 councillors as well taking their first ever look at Speedway. And well, I'm sure, or I would imagine, that they will go away with a very good impression of this fantastic sport of ours. Of course, hoping to possibly get Saturday night racing here next season. Tried it this year, of course, but it was unanimously turned down by the council by 13 votes to 1, we understand. So certainly plenty to work on to get that overturned. Isle of Wight, well, they cannot get tonight's result overturned. Drew Kemp, Rob Ledwith, Georgie Wood, Ben Morley is the line-up. The race is underway into that first bend. It's a good start by Morley, he's best of the meeting. He leads it from Kemp in 2nd. Wood is in 3rd with Ledwith, who's only dropped 1 point to the opposition. He's at the back in this one. As out in front is Morley, who leads the way. Surprisingly, yet to have a race win here tonight, but he's out in front. Kemp in 2nd place. Great battle between the 2 number 1s. Georgie Wood is in 3rd. As Wood comes through on the inside of Kemp. Terrific action in heat 13, the best of the night so far. Kemp has been overtaken, but he comes back at Wood on the outside. What brilliant racing this is. Out in front it is Ben Morley that leads the way from Kemp in 2nd place, Wood in 3rd. It's a 4-2 to the Isle of Wight Warriors in this National Trophy deciding clash. As Wood, well, now he's had mechanical problems. It's going to be Ben Morley that wins his first race of the night. 2nd place goes to Kemp, and Rob Ledwith has got through on the 3rd. The commiserations there to Georgie, who's suffered a few mechanical mishaps here tonight. Ben Morley, well, he's finally got his bike performing exactly how he would want it to, and how we know that he's capable of being able to do so as well. Of course, it results in a 3-all, heat number 13. as Ben comes round to receive the applause. Always been a firm favourite here, always will be after his exploits as a king. He wins heat number 13. But what terrific racing between Drew Kemp and Georgie Wood. So the riders out for heat number 14 then. Jacob Cloughton just coming up to the starting gate. Good to see that hasn't played up at all since the earlier problems. So it's Jacob off gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Dano Verge, hasn't won a race so far. Gate number 3 sees Richard Andrews, nor is he from the outside. Connor King as heat number 14 gets underway. And Richard Andrews, well, he made a bit too quick of a start there. The race has been stopped by trainee referee Simon Humphrey Kennett. And we'll be going again with a warning for the rider in your picture, Richard Andrews. So Richard, having been formally warned, we're going to go again then. Heat number 14, second and try, and Andrews, well, he's made a good start. He leads the way from Dano Verge in second place. Connor King on his outside with Jacob Cloughton. Missed out on the start, he's at the back as they come around to complete the opening lap. Here comes Cloughton on the inside of King. He's moved through into third place. So what was a shared heat becomes a heat advantage for the home side then, as Andrews it is who leads the way from Dano Verge in second. Jacob Cloughton, well, he's got a bit of speed underneath him. He may close it, in fact I think he is closing slightly on Dano Verge. There's no doubt as to who's winning the race. That is Richard Andrews. It looks like he's going to finish with a victory after a couple of paid wins in his first 2 rides. He's failed to score in his next 2 outings, but he's leading in this one. He's going to come round and take the checkered flag. Richard Andrews wins it. Second place goes to Dano Verge. Jacob Cloughton gets third ahead of Connor King. Jacob doing well to get through into third place. So it's a 4-2 for the home side. They smash through the 50-point barrier. They move on to 51. The Isle of Wight on to 32. The nominated race to come as Richard comes round and celebrates with the fans. Done a good job as the guest for Kent this evening. Paid 9 from his 5 rides. So the final track action of the evening then, the riders out on track, and we have got off gate number 1 Ryan Terry Daly, gate number 2 that sees Drew Kemp, gate number 3 Ben Morley, and from the outside it is Anders Rowe. So no ride for Georgie Wood in this one. I think we've been beset by a lot of mechanical issues tonight. Of course he did look very quick in 2 of his rides, those 2 wins he had, but say another engine problem in heat 13, so I think he's called it a night. Live to fight another day. So Ryan Terry Daly gets an extra outing yet to win a race. What can he do off the gate number 1? He's got Drew Kemp on his outside, who's only lost 1 heat so far. That was a Ben Morley in heat number 13. Morley going for another victory against Drew here, and he leads the way out of the start and down the back straight. It is Morley out in front, then Kemp in second place. Rowe is back in third. Terry Daly bringing up the rear. Lap gone. It is Ben Morley who leads the way. He's been riding for Eastbourne in the championship this season, and he's been scoring pretty well for the Fine Print Eagles. He's been scoring very well for the White Link Warriors, and he looks like he could finish as top scorer here tonight. 2 laps down, 1.5 to go now as he goes down the back straight. Kemp in second, Rowe in third. So Ben, well, he's no old rider, of course. He's not nowhere near the veteran stage. I think he's only about 25, but he seems to be around a lot of years. But he's beating the 2 young snappy whippers in this one. He's going to come round and take his second victory in a row. He wins heat number 15. Second place goes to Drew Kemp. Third spot to Anders Rowe. Ryan Terry Daly at the back fails to score in his final ride, as Ben, that's 2 wins in his last 2 outings. He'll be pleased with his last couple of rides, if nothing else, as it results in a 3-all in heat number 15. and a 54-35 victory for the home side. And Ben, well, I'm not sure if he's coming round on a lap honour. He may well do so. Indeed he does. So if as he receives the applause, next up will be the presentation of the national trophy to the Kent Touch Tech Kings. How about that beautiful Lamborghini leading the riders out again for the presentation of the national trophy. We'll give you tonight's point scorer, starting with the Isle of Wight Link Warriors. Georgie Wood, 7 points for him. Those 2 wins, but beset by mechanical problems tonight. Chris Widman, just 1 point from his 4 rides. Ryan Terry Daly, 6 and 1 from 5, including the race in the nominated heat. Dan O'Verge, 5 and 1 from his 4 rides. Ben Morley, top scorer, 11 and 1, 2 wins to finish with. Chad Wurtzfeld failed to score from his 3 rides. Connor King, 5 from his 4 outings. For Kent, the Touch Tech Kings, Drew Kemp, 13 points, great effort by him. Anders Rowe, 11 and 1 from his 5 rides, well done to Richard Andrews, 7 and 2 from his 5. Rob Ledwith did very well, 12 and 1 from his 5 rides. Jacob Cloughton chipped in with a couple of points, and Nathan Ablett, 9 and 2 from his 6 rides. A 54-35 victory, and it does mean that Kent are the 2019 National Trophy champions. Well done to them. The winners, we've got the banner just behind the riders. We pull back, we can see there it is, the Kent Touch Tech Kings, the National Trophy winners for 2019, the first ever silverware as a 7-man team. And well, great to see that Len Silver is out there to join in with the celebrations. Chris Hunt also, of course, who has managed this team superbly so far this season. It's taken 6 full seasons we've had, and this is, of course, the 7th year, and that is the trophy that is about to be held aloft. We've got Jason Pipe, the National Development League chairman, coordinator, who's going to hand over the trophy to Rob Ledwith. Who would have believed it? Ledders will get his hands on the trophy. He'll be the first one to do so. And just looking at that, of course, Milnor, I think they won it 6 or 7 times in its long years of the competition. That the Kent Touch Tech Kings it is who are the winners of the 2019 National Trophy. Well done to them, a tremendous effort. They had that quite brilliant win at Mildenhall a couple of weeks ago. That was the cornerstone of their victory over the other 2 to 3 teams, of course, Mildenhall, the Isle of Wight and Plymouth. And Jason, well, he's just going to hand the trophy over to Rob Ledwith, the captain of these teenagers, 47 years young as Ledders. Who would have believed that, eh? And there he goes, the trophy is in the hands of Rob Ledwith and the Kent Touch Tech Kings. Well done to them, as the crowd, well, I don't think anyone's left the stadium. They are all applauding Kent, who have done superbly well. Well done to them. A great all-round team performance here tonight. And well, let's hope it's the first of several trophies this season. Ben's having a few words with the team manager.
Yeah, quite emotional at the moment, you know. It's just wanted to do it for all these fans, and we worked so hard, and we were just so pleased right now. It's unbelievable. It was quite a smooth start, so we obviously took the pressure off in the pits a bit, but I bet you still be feeling it right up to the moment it was confirmed. Yeah, that's right. I mean, we could have got off to a better start, and you know, that was our plan to hit hard from the start, and it all worked for us, and we never looked back. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's the manager, Chris Hunt.
So a few words there with Chris, and now the skipper.
We're going to sport after 25 years old. Take a few months first national major trophy. What do you got to say?
Speechless, really. Unbelievable. If you go back 6 months, I'd have never ever believed for a second that I'd be standing here in this position. It's a fantastic club, fantastic squad. We've had a right ball all the way to this trophy so far. It's been great racing. A couple of casualties on the way, but both Dan and Alex, and they're on the men, so that's great. Great to have the services of Richard here today, plugging away, which is fantastic. So, what a day.
I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, we've got the whole story now. Obviously, Richard played his part today, also Nearly played his part for Liverpool as well. So all the guys have played their little parts on the way, been much appreciated.
Very much so, and hopefully we can have a period, and this includes me, where I need to keep my backside on the bike a bit more if I can possibly help it. I've already had one trip to D-Star to get the backside repaired, and that's no fun. So, but if we can have a period with a squad where we can all pull together, I think we've got great aspirations for the rest of the season.
So it's all looking good then, yeah?
It certainly is.
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, he speaks very well indeed, doesn't he, Ledders? And let's see if Ben's going to have a few words with Len. I think he's going to.
Okay, joining us now, we'll come to the front so everyone can see. Obviously, the man that brought Speedway to Kent, Len Silver, everybody. Don't just say that we've not thrown £2 into the crowd anymore. So Len, proud evening then.
Well, I've been here now for 6.5 years, and I have to say, this is the happiest moment. Absolutely. The first trophy for the team. We've deserved to win things before. Haven't quite done it. This time, my boys and Chris's boys, they did me proud, and I'm absolutely delighted for every one of them. I love them all, and I love all of you too.
Oh, great words there from Len, 87 years young. And well, he's got his medal, and well, I'm sure he might even be sleeping with that tonight. And well, that's just about wraps it up from Central Park here this evening. I don't think we need the press conference because the manager, the captain and the promoter, Len Silver, they've all had their say here this evening. And well, there is the trophy that Chris is holding aloft. So well done to the Kent Touch Tech Kings here this evening. As we just take one final look at them all. I think we might get one more shot for posterity. As Len Willie's walking off with Jason Pipe, the crowd where they are about to disperse. Let's say it's been 6.5 years in waiting to get the hands on a trophy for a Kent captain. Of course, we've had some great captains here in the past, and Rob led with one of the latest one of them. And well, there's Glenn, our interviewer, just getting a shot or two as well for his photo archive. And that, I think that just about does wrap it up. But perhaps the other riders will also be getting their hands on that trophy, fully deserved as well. But Ledders is the man with it at the moment. Now Nathan Ablett also there, Drew Kemp. I think they're all going to go. It looks like Glenn is orchestrating the final photographs that will be taken. As the team, great to see that Dan and Alex also in attendance. They've been very much part of this Kent Touch Tech Kings side. And that is it. What a fantastic finale to finish with here at Central Park. We hope you've enjoyed what we brought you here this evening. Until next week, it's goodbye from Central Park and goodbye from the 2019 National Trophy winners, the Kent Touch Tech Kings.